It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, baby. Hello and welcome to the KVJ Show. Working our way through a week. It's a big old Wednesday here. What's going on today, Virginia?
Good morning.
How you doing today, Bird?
Oh, very good.
That's good. That's good. All looking fresh and frisky. Except for your husband, I guess. He had a little bit of an issue and wasn't able to watch his hockey game at the sports bar last night.
He was a mess yesterday.
Ruh-roh.
So he woke up yesterday morning and he's like, ow, my tooth hurts.
Uh-oh.
And then it just started getting worse and worse. And he was like, I can't think straight. My tooth hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Went to the emergency dentist. They're like, dude, you have an infection. You have to have that tooth pulled. He still has his wisdom teeth.
Yeah, I have mine. Some people do.
So one of those is infected. It's bad. It was throbbing. So
no.
He's going this morning for oral surgery because I guess it's like impacted and coming in sideways.
It's one of the worst pains out there. It's really rough. If you have a terrible toothache, forget about it. It'll drop you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, needless to say, I wasn't dragging him out to the bar last night. He wasn't interested in going to watch his Sabres play hockey.
Did he watch it at all at home?
He did. He watched it at home, and he was not himself. He was so sad.
Yeah.
He was just miserable.
Yeah, that's rough. That is tough. How you feeling today, Bird?
Good.
Okay, no tooth pain?
No tooth pain.
All right, there you go. There's one kind of pain he doesn't have.
Hip feeling good.
Okay, that's good. All right. He's ready to dance. That's awesome. All right, well, we got KVJ cranking right now on YouTube. You can go and see what is going on. Just go and look for the KVJ Show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I did a rare thing. I actually went out to a dinner on a weeknight, which is crazy.
Fancy.
Yeah, it was pretty nutty. Yeah, I was out there. I'll tell you about that coming up here in just a couple minutes because I can't believe how much stuff people actually do on a Tuesday night. They had big events going on. I'm like, these people, it's very active.
Regular people have fun during the week.
It's such a mind-boggling concept to me. I'm like, this is amazing.
Who are these people? Why aren't they home?
It's Tuesday. What are you guys doing?
They're raging.
Crazy, yeah. I'll let you know about that. And also a little bit more of a problem going on in your neighborhood. Apparently those landscapers that were attacking your orchids aren't just going for yours.
Now all the moms are talking. And apparently I'm not the only one that they have targeted.
Yikes.
With their carelessness.
Does it make you feel better or worse?
Better.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It does. Because I was like, is it just me?
Yeah.
Like, if you're the only one and all your stuff is getting messed up multiple times, you're like, man, what did I do?
Exactly.
But then when you realize, it's them.
Yeah. I'm just curious, are there passive-aggressive landscapers?
Thank you.
That, in a sense, take joy in finding beauty and then just trash it in with their weed whacker?
Great question.
Because you would think at all costs you would save and spare the beautiful.
Some of my neighbors have begun to discuss.
Okay.
Do we have passive-aggressive landscapers?
Right.
Are they not happy in their job, marriage, life, and they're taking it out on our bushes?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I told you yesterday that they've left a dead, ugly stick that used to be a tree in my front yard, and they won't take that out. It's almost like they leave the ugly but take out the beautiful.
It's not right, Kevin.
Are landscapers sinister?
I don't know. They made my dinosaur garden completely bald. Remember that?
They did.
Yeah.
Like, guys,
He told them to remove the leaves, and they removed the trees.
Could they actually be the most diabolical amongst us if we just overlooked landscapers all these years?
I'm not going to overlook them anymore. I got my eye on you.
Okay. Yeah, I actually went out and enjoyed some dinner last night. Had a friend that was in town, and we're kind of sitting there at the lovely Guanabanas, which has the water that flows lovely right
Oh, yeah. I
area
was
there?
like a week ago doing the same thing. It was so breezy and nice.
Oh, it was. It was. Drink it in because look a week ahead in the forecast.
Oh, no. Is it hot again?
It's looking like it's starting to get ugly. Yeah, mid to high 80s, I think we're heading towards by this time next week. So, yeah, drink it in because you got until I think maybe Sunday. It looks like it goes ka-chwing and kind of goes up, which Sunday is going to be interesting because that is Boca Bash Day. Remember that annual fun little thing they do on Lake Boca?
Yeah, Boca Bash.
It's a little rowdy.
It does get a little rowdy, yeah. And I guess that is ultimately the question is getting all these people on the water together. I guess they had a little problem in Riviera Beach. I don't know if you heard about the little floatopia.
I did.
And so they're a little apprehensive after what happened here. Here's a bit of the news report on that one.
Floatopia. A man who was there tells me the day started calm, but by nightfall turned into disorder. Witnesses shared videos of people arguing, jumping in the water, and you can even hear a gunshot go off. I'm told tensions flared as boaters battled the crowd trying to get back to shore. Longtime boaters compared it to the rowdy Boca Bash, another unsanctioned event criticized for dangerous behavior and trash left in the ocean.
I mean, who is it taking their heater out on the water? Like, I'm going out on the water. Don't forget to bring your 9. What? Why do we need that? What do you need? Unless you're in international waters.
Right.
And you're battling pirates, why do we need to be taking guns out for a lovely day on the water in South Florida?
The only pirate you're battling at Peanut Island is Captain Morgan.
Right.
So leave your pistol at home, Tex.
Yeah. That's insane. So I guess this is kind of a little heads up for Boca Bash. Let's just leave our guns at home, huh?
Please.
Can we do that? I mean, also, you're dealing with flotation devices. They don't deal well with bullets. At the very least, you're going to sink a raft. Let's not do this. It's crazy. But the thing I noticed last night was they lined up and had paddleboard races on a Tuesday night. It looked like quite an involved thing. So involved, they actually played the national anthem before they did it.
Wow.
You're going to get into that. What happened with your paddleboarding?
It just hasn't really floated yet.
Okay.
Yes, I floated the idea, but it's kind of sunk. We do have the paddle boards. And isn't this the way you have great intentions and then you buy the equipment and then you never use it?
Yes.
You should have rented, Ralston.
Yeah. Honestly, we thought, okay, when you buy, it's going to commit. You're going to do it. You're going to lock in. But we're right now using those new paddle boards once a year.
Yeah, I bought a new treadmill, and I'm not even kidding you. I used it once and then gained 12 pounds.
Yes.
So it was like, and then I just gave it away.
Yeah. That's usually my theory on life. So I remember my parents did that. They were like, oh, we're going to get a treadmill. It's going to change our lives. I'm like, no, it's going to become a coat rack. And sure enough, like 3 weeks later, they just had shirts hanging off of it to dry and it never got used. I really think the only time you ever get anything is when you are using something regularly and you're just like, well, I know I'm not going to break this streak. So finally purchasing it will actually, because the routine's already there. Don't buy something and then expect to form a new routine. It never happens.
That's good advice.
Yes. That's one thing I've learned through buying a lot of things that I just never really used. But yeah, I would love to. For some reason, we wait until the weather gets bad before we really start paddleboarding. We do it the wrong way.
You're waiting for the heat.
Yeah, we're waiting for the heat. We want it to be really miserable outside, and then that's when we're going to go.
Bring on the mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's it. Right?
You're like a mosquito buffet.
Yeah, we want it to be unenjoyable.
He's delicious.
Yeah. You do get more of the water yourself that way.
Yeah,
Because the smart people are doing something else.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
It is. It's a dysfunctional way to look at it, but that's kind of how we operate. So there you go. Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of the death of Prince. Do you remember what you were doing 10 years ago on April 21st of 2016?
It's probably eating pizza.
I do remember like hearing the story and like how he had fallen out in an elevator, and then we had found out that he was, taking a bunch of pills and maybe getting pills from here, getting pills from there, like pill shopping.
Yeah.
I thought him and Tom Petty kind of went out the same year and almost kind of the same way, no?
It does feel something like that. And, you've had people that have passed from, a drug overdose. But, a lot of times my question was, what was that drug that killed them? Because remember, it was Michael Jackson had the propofol. And you're like, what is that? It's like, who else do you know in life is doing propofol?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his problems were that he was on the painkillers, and then those weren't enough to help him sleep. That propofol puts you like in a medically induced sleep state. And he just couldn't sleep on his own anymore because he had abused so many painkillers.
If it's been a decade and you don't remember, Prince was dealing with pain issues, and he thought he was taking a Vicodin that turned out to be fentanyl.
Oh, wow. So fentanyl's been around for a minute taking people out.
Yeah, so he was using opioids to try to manage his pain, and that's what did it. Yeah, I think it was in an elevator. Yeah, oddly enough, I remember I was heading to the gym that day, and I was kind of racing off, and the story of, Prince was kind of on my mind, and I was thinking about it. I was like, man, it's just crazy. And so I was just so distracted, and then that's when my wife's glasses case went flying because I had to kind of like stop short, and I went to go pick it up, and then that's when I hit the back end of a bus that had stopped for the railroad crossing.
So it's kind of Prince's fault that you hit that bus.
It was. It's kind of distracted, yeah. Prince is on my mind. Yeah, it was an interesting thing. I've heard of people that used to go to his little place, Paisley Park, that he had. He had a recording studio there, and some of his diehard fans he would actually invite into his house, which was, a mansion. It was massive.
It was a compound that looked more like a commercial building where you would like see like offices and stuff on the inside, but it was like a house with all kind of recording studios in it.
You know who else has a house like that where she does concerts? JoJo Siwa.
Oh, yeah?
So if we're talking about music excellence.
Maybe not the same level of talent.
Right. What is her raspberry beret?
I believe it's Boomerang.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I would say play it, but nah.
Nah, you're good.
So they would say that Prince would have these parties, and people would just be chilling at his place. They'd show up, and the invite would be like for midnight or 1 a.m., and they would be hanging out starting at like 1 a.m., and then he would finally come out and start playing at like 4 or 5. And I don't think it's because he was an early riser. Just he had bizarre hours, too. Like everything he did was kind of weird.
And kind of mystic and magical.
It was, yeah. And then I think after a certain point in his career, I think it was right around the early 90s, he stopped playing a lot of his hits. It was almost like he just wanted to forget that part of his life, and he was kind of playing more avant-garde, experimental, fusion jazz.
I think when you get to that level of fame and just power and wealth, you can lose yourself if you don't have people around you keeping you grounded. And you can create this alternate universe that's wackadoo.
Yes.
And I think he did.
Yeah, it was weird. Now, through radio and the exploits, I never had a chance to really meet him or actually even a chance to even see him, even though I stood beside him for about 45 minutes. It was at a record signing when I was working for a radio station in New York City, and they said, you need to stand here. You look straight forward. Prince is going to come up, and he's going to stand right beside you. If you so much as glance at him or break and look over at him, you will be yanked out of line and taken out.
Wow.
They had strict do not make eye contact with Prince rules.
Wow.
And all I knew is I was doing everything I could. You ever try to really look at the periphery of your vision? I was doing everything I could. They probably thought I was having some kind of seizure standing on stage because my eyeballs were going, I was trying to stretch them as far as I could to try to see out of the one corner of my eye because Prince was standing right to my right.
It's the one time you wish you had fish eyes.
Yes.
I can see on the side.
I can see out of my ear right now. I would have had a great shot of Prince. I'd have been staring at him for 45 minutes. So I really did not even get to see him. He walked right in front of me. I'm like, I think that's Prince, but it could have been a short dude in a purple coat and a wig.
What radio station was that?
It was Z100.
Wow, that was the big dog back then.
It was. Yeah, this was, I think, 1993.
Dang.
And he was doing that Most Beautiful Girl in the World. It was kind of where it was.
I was over at Mix 104. Not as cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I remember that station.
Nobody does.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's so many.
Z100 was like the big dog. They like got all the cool artists, like the Princes and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, at the bunk station. I was out on Long Island with the Wienermobile.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like there's a bunch of the mixes out there.
Yes.
Throughout radio, yeah.
It's one of the most overused radio names in America, at least.
You've got big dogs and then you got a bunch of mixes.
Yes.
I was at the mix.
Yeah. But the one thing that I did kind of get is I was able to, out of my periphery, just kind of see how short Prince was. And looking it up, he was 5'3".
Wow.
5'3".
That's a short king right there.
That's
a short king.
Yeah. Which you're like, whoa, that was kind of wild.
Who's taller, him or Tom Cruise?
Great
'Cause
question.
Tom Cruise does wear the shoes that make him taller.
You've had FaceTime with Tom Cruise.
And he had tall, like, stilty shoes on.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think I was kind of, but I was separate. I remember I was kind of walking with Bird just to see what was going on, and then I heard Bird's question to Tom Cruise about Goose going shirtless in the movie Top Gun.
It was a valid question.
He didn't have an answer.
Well, that's on him then, because that was a very valid question.
All I remember was how detested his handler was with the question, how quickly they got Tom away from Jbird.
I might have been overserved.
I think you did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Height-wise, Tom Cruise has 4 inches on Prince. Tom Cruise is 5'7", Prince 5'3".
I heard he fudges those numbers, old Tom.
My girlfriend showed me these shoes that she got, and they're sneakers that add 4 inches to you. She put them on, and I was like, holy moly. Then she took them off. 4-inch sneakers.
Did it look natural?
Yes. They looked completely
Really? Yeah.
like normal sneakers. And there's trick shoes out there, y'all.
I've kind of noticed some of that stuff where, you can wear that white bottom platform now, and it kind of disguises just how short you really are.
Yes, that's what it had, a white bottom. I couldn't believe the difference. She was like, you want me to get you some? And I was like, yes.
We need a pair of trick shoes.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Just walk around the office and see if anyone noticed that you grew.
Wear them into like meetings, and you're like, what?
Kevin, you've gotten so much taller since last week.
I know. Yeah, you can really throw people off.
They say taller people make more money. They're
Yeah.
more powerful. People like look up to you, and then they just...
It's stature.
It's stature.
Yeah.
We need somebody tall on this show.
Yeah, we do. Could you imagine going into a theater and watching Top Gun, which, by the way, is turning 40 years old? Can you believe that? And then after Top Gun, you get to go right into Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, that's cool.
I like when they do that.
Yeah, Paramount Pictures is going to be re-releasing Top Gun in IMAX to celebrate the 40th anniversary. It all's going to be kicking off on May 13th. It's going to be 1 week only. 1986, that movie came out. And then they're going to, right afterwards, run 2022's Top Gun Maverick.
The one with Glenn Powell.
That was the one with Powell.
That's the one that my daughter Magnolia and her friends, we saw it 3 times because he's so hot.
Did Magnolia ever watch the first one?
I don't think so. So I should make her go watch it.
Okay.
So she can see that Glenn Powell is just walking on the stones laid out by Tom Cruise.
Okay, yeah.
If it wasn't for Tom, we wouldn't have a Glenn.
Yeah. It is amazing because you're talking about the power of height, and we're looking that Tom Cruise is only 5'7", where Prince was 5'3". And it is amazing that he's been a leading man and he has gone as far as he has in film. Because when you look at it, can you think of anybody else that has been a leading man love interest at that height? Is there anybody else? Brad Pitt's 5'11", just for comparison.
Okay.
And that's typically what you see, right? Around 5'11" or over 6 feet tall. That seems to be your big, tall glass of water.
How tall is that Glenn Powell cat?
That's a good question. Glenn Powell, he seems like he's a little bit shorter.
He does look shorter.
But I don't think he's anywhere. He's 6 foot.
Oh, damn. He's not short at all.
Right. So, honestly, has anybody done more with 5'7" than Tom Cruise?
No.
I think Prince is your short king.
You could argue that. Now,
And then it goes Tom Cruise.
I'm going to throw a couple of celebrities at you. You tell me who is taller. Let's go Kevin Hart versus Rob Schneider.
Rob.
He's taller.
Rob's taller. Have you seen Rob Schneider? Not that I want to give him any shine.
Yeah.
But he's posting a lot of gym videos.
Rob Schneider?
Homie's a little ripped right now. Yeah, Rob Schneider.
Are you kind of low-key obsessed with Rob Schneider over
Yes,
there?
she is.
No,
Wow.
people send it to me in our DMs, and they're like,
right.
look at this dirt bag. And so then I'm forced to look at it and respond. I'm not seeking it out, and he blocked me.
Look at this ripped dirt bag, apparently.
He does look good, better than he's ever looked.
Okay.
But he's never cute.
Still short.
Still ugly.
Ripped Schneider.
Ripped Schneider.
Yeah. Can't fix height in the gym.
I think Kevin Hart is shorter than Rob Schneider.
Okay. Well, you would be wrong.
What?
Kevin Hart is 5'4". Rob Schneider is 5'3".
Really?
Rob Schneider is shorter than Kevin Hart. And we always have little gimmicks and games and laughs about Kevin Hart's size.
Huh.
Yeah. What about Michael J. Fox versus Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
Danny is shorter.
Danny is shorter, yes. Danny DeVito, 4'10". Michael J. Fox is 5'3".
4'10".
Yeah.
My sister's taller than him.
Wild,
And
huh?
she's tiny.
Who is taller between Dustin Hoffman and Joe Pesci? Who wins that one?
Oh, my gosh.
Pesci.
It's Dustin Hoffman.
What?
Dustin Hoffman, 5'4", Joe Pesci, 5'3". Yeah, which is kind of wild, huh?
That is wild.
But yeah, as I look, honestly, when you look at the leading men, Tom Cruise is doing the most because right around the 5'7s, that's where you have Jonah Hill, Zach Galifianakis, and Billy Crystal. Like that seems to be that's funny height. When you're 5'7", be like, I'm going to be funny. So I'm like, I think it's very impressive that he was able to do what he's able to do with that kind of height.
I know people do not like Tom Cruise, but you got to admit, the guy knows how to attach himself to a good movie.
Yeah, honestly, you can say whatever you want about Tom Cruise, but the guy has made great movies. In fact, I don't know if anybody has the anthology of Tom Cruise. Anybody. I mean, in the history of film, show me someone that has a better film anthology than Tom Cruise.
I know people get mad when you say that, but he does have the numbers back it up.
Just quietly start looking through all the movies that Tom Cruise has made, and you could say he might be the GOAT. Well, this is something to give you something to watch if you're craving sports in the summer, and all there really is baseball. It is the slowest time of the entire year when it comes to the sports calendar, and that's why they're going to be unleashing ESPN Jeopardy coming to Disney Plus and Hulu this summer. I believe June it's going to kick off, and Joe Buck, who you probably know if you watch any of the NFL coverage, he's on there and does a great job.
This would be good. I could see like you and my husband Panda doing this because y'all love it. You'd love all the stats and numbers and boring stuff.
Yes.
Like he is so into like details from the 80s.
Right.
Like, what?
Well, the thing about Jeopardy, it's all about the categories.
Right.
And you never know. You might have a night where you may be the smartest dude on the planet, and just every topic are the 5 things you don't know anything about. And you're like, oh, my gosh. We've always talked about that. Imagine if you walked on Jeopardy and everything was just custom made for you. Jbird goes on there and it's aliens and Bigfoot.
Frozen pizzas.
Yeah. I'll take frozen pizzas for 1,000.
Your dream category.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I'm just drooling.
And then you blow it because you get too excited.
Yeah. Now, what I got here is I've got 3 different categories for you. Our contestants, Virginia, Jbird, and Denny's. We're going to test out their sports knowledge. We're not going to do it by the numerical system of cash because that requires math, and math is banned on the KVJ show.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll just keep a basic point tally here. But your 3 categories are American football, basketball, and then global football, which would be soccer.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Oh, boy is right. Wow. Virginia, what category would you like? American football, basketball, or soccer?
Show me American football, Kevin.
Okay. All right, here we go. Your first question. This is what you call it when a player carries the ball into the end zone for 6 points.
It's a touchdown, homie.
That is a touchdown. Yes.
Oh, I see what this is. This is dumbed down Jeopardy.
Yes, it is.
Kevin knows his audience.
I wanted to start our list. I want to see where you guys. I got to test the waters a bit
Okay.
to see where we are. Jbird, you get to pick your category. What do you think?
I will take basketball, Alex.
Okay. All right. Your first question. This is the object players shoot through to score points.
The hoop?
That's it, baby. Yes. Okay. All right. We're getting it easy. And Denny's, you want American football, basketball, or soccer?
I'll do soccer.
Okay. This body part cannot be used except by the goalie to touch the ball.
Is it hands?
Is it?
It is, Alanis.
There you go. Very nice. All right, Denny's, we'll let you keep running the board here as everybody gets a point in round 1.
Wow, look at you, Denny's. Who knew you'd have a point in Sports Jeopardy?
I'm big on soccer.
Do you want to stay with that category? Or you want to venture into basketball or American football?
I'll do American football.
Okay. Your question is, this is the distance in yards a team must gain to get a first down.
What is 10?
That is correct, Denny.
Wow.
Try to ask it in a question.
You're so impressive right
Yes.
now.
Okay, Jbird, what category would you like?
I will take soccer, please.
You can't call him Alex again because Alex is dead.
I know. I realized that after I said that. I'm like, oh, I'm being disrespectful again.
Okay, your question, Jbird. This is what it's called when an attacking player is ahead of defenders before receiving the ball illegally. What is that called?
Say it one more time.
This is what it's called when an attacking player is ahead of defenders before receiving the ball illegally.
Pass.
Ooh.
Kick.
That is what is offside.
Oh, wow. What a technical way to explain that.
The game just got hard.
Yeah, all right.
We're in double jeopardy now.
First miss. All right, Virginia, back to you. You got American football, basketball, and soccer. What category would you like?
Oh, definitely basketball.
Gonna go basketball. Your question is, this is the term for illegally taking too many steps without dribbling.
Traveling.
Wow.
Correct. Very nice.
This really is like a second grade.
Hey, don't hurt yourself patting yourself on the back.
Yeah, I was kind of really hoping we wouldn't miss one, but we're doing pretty good. All right, final round, Virginia. What is your category?
Let's go soccer.
Okay. This is the position allowed that can use their hands.
Goalie.
That is right, Virginia. Yes. Very nice. Jbird, your category.
Let's go with basketball.
This league is the top professional basketball league in the U.S.
The NBA.
Very nice. All right.
Okay.
Can you imagine how terrible this show would be if it was this easy? And finally, Denny's, let's see if you can go perfect here in Sports Jeopardy. What is your category, American football, basketball, or soccer?
I'll just do American football. Go down the...
Okay, this is the total number of points a field goal is worth.
A field goal is worth 1 point, Alex.
It's 3.
Try again.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
You think of the extra point.
Oh, gotcha. At the end of a touchdown. God, yeah.
Would you believe Virginia just won KVJ Sports Jeopardy?
The world is literally upside down. But my husband's going to be so proud as he's driving this morning to have oral surgery. I did
gosh.
it, babe.
We're thinking about you, bud.
Yeah, we are.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. Well, wouldn't it be awesome to win that trip to New York City that we are giving away to go see Harry Styles and get that huge shopping spree? Well, I know a lot of women are holding out hope that maybe he'll stay single and that they can hook it up somehow, but it's looking more and more like he may be engaged. Rumor is that Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz are engaged. The buzz has started after he was photographed in London wearing she was photographed wearing a ring. They have been dating since the summer of last year and have been very private about it. But a lot of people are saying that they are engaged and going to be getting married. Harry could be off the market, ladies. I'm so sorry to have to report that. Well, your New England's Patriots head coach put out a statement and said nothing. That Mike Vrabel guy spoke publicly for the first time about that scandal where the reporter had to step down for her from her job. He is not stepping down from anything and said that he had to have difficult conversations with his family and his NFL organization. But that those talks were positive and productive, and he's going to be the best version of himself moving forward.
I have a feeling it was really a tough conversation. Yeah, I kind of been screwing around my wife. All right, cool.
Yes.
Hey, dude, keep it behind closed doors.
I'm sure they just really raked him over the coals.
Don't let the paparazzi get a picture of you, you dummy.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing that happened.
Right. Just come on. Be better.
We're bored. Rebel Wilson's crisis PR team allegedly called her effing nuts according to evidence that was just presented in a defamation trial. Now, there's an actress that is suing Rebel Wilson over Instagram posts about producer Amanda Ghost, who worked with Rebel on the film The Deb. Now, her lawyers claim that Rebel Wilson did this whole thing and she created websites and she did Instagram posts to attack this producer. She denies it, but her own PR team may be turning on her, calling her effing nuts.
Well, there was audio leaked of her PR team talking about what they're going to do, how they're going to attack the producer, the strategy behind it. Yeah.
If you're going to do this, you better keep it on the DL. And apparently a lot of people knew about it.
Because that leaked the stuff. I mean, they were really trying to come up with a plan. It sounded as if it did not happen, and they were trying to tell the people in the room, here's the strategy on how we make this person look guilty.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this, you better make sure your circle is tight. Because, now it's a defamation trial, and the proof is in the pudding. Your own PR team is saying things like, whoa, she's out there.
Okay.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Do you agree with this statement that if you don't pay, you don't get a say? Marty wanted to know because she is the mother of the groom in an upcoming wedding. And she said, my son, when he gets married this fall, is part of a family that's actually paying. Now, the kids and I are primarily paying for the entire wedding. My son's dad, who's my ex, is only contributing a few $100s, and the bride's mom isn't contributing at all. Is it wrong to expect that they get no say in the planning, or am I just being petty?
The bride's mom isn't contributing at all. Is the bride's father contributing?
It sounds like just a couple $100.
Just a couple hundred. And so everything else is being absorbed by the groom's family.
Basically. And so now they're coming in. They're not really covering their share, and yet they have all these demands. Be like, yeah, we want it this way. We want it that way. What do you tell them? Do you tell them to go scratch and say you're not paying the money? Or do you be like, well, you're family, so you do get a say?
I would ask everybody to put it in writing, and everybody write what they want, and let's get a group email going, and let's talk about specific line items and their expenses. Let's make this professional. Let's get a whole spreadsheet together, and let's make this not personal. Let's make this not divisive. It's just simply about finances.
Is that still a thing where the bride's parents pay for it, or is that old school stuff?
It's old school, but I think it should be whoever has the money pays for it. If your bride's family is broke and the groom's family has money, it's nice of the groom's family to pay for everything.
I'd be kind of pissed about the family. They didn't have any money, and then you have to pay everything.
But if you don't have any money, then you need to recognize that you don't have a lot of the say. They can listen to your thoughts and ideas, and you can come to the table with propositions. But at the end of the day, if you're not paying, you don't get to say how everything goes down. But you want to keep the peace as the family with the money on that side of it. Listen to everybody. Hear them out.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem of saying, hey, we'd love to hear your input, but we are writing the checks, and who pays gets the say, the overall say. I'm sorry. I think that's just the way it works.
You don't even have to put it that harshly. You can say, we are working with a budget, and we are happy to try as hard as we can to include your ideas in the budget, but really it will come down to financial limitations. Nothing personal. It's financial limitations alone.
If they push back, you stand your ground, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I could see a situation where, like, oh, well, we want to say we're part of the family. And you're like, yeah, but you're not really giving any money.
You do it based on numbers, not emotion. Remove emotion from it and say, look, here's the budget. We would love to be able to do stuff like that. But unless we find some other source to add to the budget, we just don't have the money for all these extra things.
Cover the nut. You do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of relationships that... things that are out there. And I thought this was kind of interesting, and hopefully they're wedding doesn't lead to this, but there was an interesting observation that might make sense. It's from James Sexton. He's a leading divorce attorney, and he was talking about the difference in the genders and what he notices the most. Tell me if you agree with what he has to say here.
Men want sex and will give you attention in exchange for it. Women want attention and they'll give you sex in exchange for it.
It's dead on.
I heard that. I'm like, wow. If you put just relationships into a nut, I'm like, I think that's really it. That sums it all up.
That's it.
If you miss that, here's this wisdom again.
Men want sex and will give you attention in exchange for it. Women want attention and they'll give you sex in exchange for it.
Huh.
Nailed it.
Was that a doctor, a scientist, or a researcher?
He is a leading divorce attorney.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you're not giving up sex as a woman, trouble. And if you're not giving up attention as a man, trouble.
It's a give and take. It's kind of like what we all had. He said that he explains how romantic relationships often operate like an attention economy, where consistent emotional investment and communication, not last-minute gestures, shape intimacy and responsiveness over time.
Yeah.
Okay. And another thing that they're kind of laying out here is gold diggers. Do you know any guys that have been gold diggers? Because they're trying to claim that it isn't limited to women.
Completely not limited to women.
Yeah, you can have some young buck. I'll go on the island over there in Palm Beach and try to score.
Totally.
A rich older.
Look, there are rich widows looking for attention.
Yes, right. They say it really kind of leads into narcissism and psychopathy. And a little bit of sadism throws in there. Those are the elements, they say, of the gold digger. Narcissism is part of it. And maybe if you look at it, it is all about me.
Right.
And achieving a status. And that's usually what the core of narcissism is, right?
Totally.
Putting yourself at the center. And
You're
caring about
the
that.
most important cog in the whole machine, and every other piece must function to please you.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that they said when they noticed male gold diggers, they were performative. They may appear sensitive and progressive, but they actually are targeting their wealthy partners. And they say primarily it was non-heterosexual men. And they say, look at Andrew Cunanan. That is maybe South Florida's most famous gold digger. Remember, he was the guy that was with Versace. Yeah.
Yeah, he offed him.
Right.
Because he was mad when Versace was like, you seem like a gold digger. I'm going to go this way. You go that way.
Yeah. Now,
He couldn't handle it.
Did the guy seem like he was narcissistic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's ever been considered a positive term, right? If you call somebody that, you're like, all right, beware.
You know, the thing about narcissism is I think a narcissist, they would never call themselves that. They just be like, what's wrong with putting me first? And I think they say, I'm living for me. And there is truth to that. You need to. But I think they blur the line so much that they trick themselves into thinking that they're not narcissistic. They're just putting themselves first, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's fine if you're single, but once you get in a relationship, you need to realize that your narcissism is not healthy for any relationship, because it needs to be a give and take, and
Yep.
you need to let that person have moments where they have joy and they feel like everything is about them, and then you have moments where you have joy and everything's about you. Like, it's got to be equal and shared.
That's what they say about a lot of violent criminals.
Yeah.
They've got that type of. They say they're narcissists, like Ted Bundy or somebody.
Not really a positive trait, typically.
No, it's not.
Let's do a lineup of the world's greatest narcissists. Let's compare that to the worst list. And another interesting little nugget here, they found that couples who post 3 or more couples selfies a week are 128% unhappier than those who are more discreet.
I don't know about that.
I can see that. There's some people. There's some people who really do not like to be on social media.
I know, they're in my family.
Yeah, then they exactly they don't want to be all up.
Mom, will you put your phone down, please?
Well, it's a cesspool, and I can see up that could possibly get in the way of a relationship.
I'm trying to figure out the psychology of why that would be. If you're posting more as a couple, it means that you're unhappier. Could it be that by posting, you think that's some kind of relationship validation and you're trying to prove to yourself that this is a good relationship, and the fact that we're on social media will make others think that we have that?
Maybe you're holding on to something that you see is slipping away, and this is how you're trying to like grasp at it.
Yeah, I will tell you that some of the more face-forward social media couples that I can think of over the last 15 years are pretty much all broken up.
Same with me. The ones that I know of, they're not together anymore.
And it feels like one of those rules that should be the exact opposite. The happier you are, that you're posting more about your happiness on social media. Not always applying, but they just said that is the tendency. 128% unhappier. Just over the last week, we've had a couple of crazy stories. It started last week with a teenage girl that died of an enlarged heart because of the energy drinks that she was consuming all the time. And a mom texted us yesterday and she said, I've noticed this. My daughter actually likes to match her outfits to her energy drink can because they make them these cool little colors and it's trendy. It's almost like an accessory that they take with them all day long. And you can't tell me all this marketing that they're not going after a certain demographic. And they definitely look at the numbers and they realize teenage girls, how do we get them to buy it more? If you can make this thing look like an accessory, they'll always have it in their hand. And that's what happened to this girl.
Make it cotton candy flavor,
Right.
watermelon, lemonade.
The cans are really cool looking.
They are cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's kind of some crazy stuff. Now, the other thing I think we need to talk about, just so you are aware, the pre-workout stuff, which, boy, I was doing a lot of those things. I would go to the gym with some pre-workout. I'd be going, I'm going to stay up late and work. Ugh, energy drinks. And man, oh man, I don't know how my heart didn't explode when I was in my 30s because I was all about it. And it was about maybe 15, 20 years ago when the energy drink market really started to expand, but nobody even thought about what it was doing to your ticker. Now, you felt it every now and then, and you're like, well, I'm young. My heart can take this.
Yeah, I'm good.
I remember
I got juice.
You were on that run for a minute.
I was. Probably too long. Honestly, I'm like, I probably did some permanent damage.
Yeah, you did sugar-free, too. Oh, they were so gross.
Yeah, they were gross. But, yeah, they really got the heart going. And your brother-in-law, younger dude, just had a heart attack out running after doing some pre-workout.
Yeah, he did that C4 pre-workout.
Yeah.
And he had also had an energy drink earlier in the day.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, he's been doing a lot of caffeine because he's been on a fitness journey that just started recently.
Is he trying to lose weight or is it just get in better shape?
Get in better shape, feel better, live better, look better. Like it's a whole journey. I think he was inspired by my sister, Maggie, and her husband because he lost like 80 pounds.
Yeah,
like
that's
he's
great.
doing fantastic, but they've all been on a fitness journey. And so he saw that and he's like, man, I want that. I want to get that.
And you do think that some of these products, because look, that C4 and whatnot, I think when I go into the vitamin shop, it's right there in the cooler and you see it and you're like, if it's in here, it's got to be healthy and good for my body.
Yeah, you think it's a vitamin.
Yeah, you do.
It's not.
I was there once upon a time.
It's not a vitamin.
Yeah.
It is a energy drink on steroids.
Was he having any symptoms before or just out of the blue, he goes out for a jog?
Out of the blue, he was running, he said, like a 9-minute mile, mile 1, 9-minute mile 2. All of a sudden on mile 4, he ran a 20-minute mile and his chest was tight. And he's like, what is going on? What is happening to me?
Yep.
I can't breathe. I feel nauseous. So it was also like a stomach thing. If you're having those symptoms where, it starts in your stomach, you feel like you have to throw up, then you feel like your chest is tightening, that could be a heart attack. Those are the symptoms. So he said he should have called an ambulance right there, but he walked home 1.5 miles and then told his wife, my sister, what was going on. And she was like, oh no, we're taking you to the hospital. And he's like, I don't want to go to the hospital. She's like, you're going to the hospital.
Yep.
And he collapsed in the waiting room of the hospital.
They patted him a couple times and then they took him into surgery, huh?
They did. They had surgery yesterday to repair the damage to his heart.
And when I say paddle, I mean spank him.
No.
That'd be a terrible thing if you come in with heart palpitations. Be like, all right, bend him over your knee.
You've been a bad boy.
What are they saying? Are they saying super serious?
They are saying he is so lucky that he didn't full on collapse out on the running trail, because that's what happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
They have the full scope of the heart attack on the running trail, and then nobody finds them for hours. There's no paddles on the running trail to shock you back.
That one freaks me out. And the other kind of stories that freak me, they go, oh, they had a heart attack and didn't know for 3 weeks after. You're like, wait, what? How do you not know that?
You can have a mild heart attack and then have it not drop you. Thank goodness when his finally dropped him, he was in the waiting room of the hospital.
Yeah. Now, one comment in the KVJ TV chat says, please stop blaming the energy drink companies for stupid. Come on. You're going to blame liquor companies too? This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. And I will tell you, with liquor, I think a lot of people understand that with alcohol, be aware of this. It affects that. Don't be driving. I just don't see any kind of real chat yet. Not enough of the awareness of these energy drinks. And so to me, you need to create some awareness. And that's why we talk about it. It's not blame. You create a product and you decide to use it or not. But a lot of times the marketing and what people are thinking that they're doing is they think that they're getting more energy. They're maximizing themselves. We were talking about this yesterday about everybody wants to maximize everything, maxing. And you think you're drinking a can of vitamins. And so you just need to have that awareness that there are definite dangers and side effects that come with this, especially overconsumption.
Yes.
We know that about alcohol. You need to know this about energy drinks.
And that's what I think he didn't realize. He thought he was doing good by his body to have coffee in the morning, energy drink at lunch, C4 before his run, and then go out for the run. Like, that is overconsumption. That's not safe consumption of all that extra caffeine. Your heart is going to go nuts.
Right. And that's what one text just said. It says the issue is these energy drinks and pre-workouts are not made to take and then do cardio.
Right.
They accelerate your heart with the caffeine. So when you take a bunch of it and then accelerate your heart even more with the cardio, that's when the heart attacks happen. That's
Exactly.
like your brother-in-law.
Exactly.
And somebody else texted in, said, I'm listening to this whole conversation while I just had 5 shots of espresso and I'm now drinking a 200 milligram Bang energy drink. Hey, you know what? Hey, we're adults. You get to make your own decisions. I just want you to make informed ones.
Yes. And just know that maybe it's not the best thing to pound 5 shots of espresso and then an energy drink. That's not sustainable in the long run. And if you go talk to a cardiologist about it, they will tell you that one of the scariest things out there right now is the energy drinks and the pre-workout. We're just telling you the same thing the cardiologist would tell you. Mm-hmm. We're doing it for a lot cheaper, though.
Yes, that's right.
You don't got to give us a copay, so you're welcome.
Now, Stephanie brings up an interesting question. Should we be putting an age limit on the energy drinks just like we do alcohol, where you cannot buy them if you're under the age of 18? I will tell you, my son Cannon has got them, and I think now I would discourage it, but I think it was the Paul brothers had an energy drink, and because of that marketing, he's like, I got to have that.
Right. I mean, the Paul brothers could put a fart in a jar and they would buy it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know. We'll ask that question right now on KVJ TV on YouTube. Now, Ozone's on here from Coral Springs with an interesting story about a Dale Earnhardt Amp Energy drink. You say you kept this thing in a cabinet, Ozone?
Yes, sir. I'm a sports collector, and he was sponsored by it like he was with Budweiser. And it sat in there for almost 4 years. I go to move, cleaned out the cabinet, and it wouldn't come off the shelf. I finished cleaning up the cabinet elsewhere and saw streaks down the back of the cabinet. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I went back to the can and physically yoked it off, and it was almost empty. Never been opened, never been cracked, nothing poked it. Don't know how it came out. It had to seep right through the can.
It eats through.
Right next to it. It sat right next to a tall boy. Budweiser, number 8 Dale Earnhardt can. So full. And that sucker been there 6-7 years.
So whatever's in it is eating through aluminum?
It just seeped right through the can. The can was perfectly fine. No holes, no nothing, but all the liquid's almost out.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you want to put in your body at high levels?
Yeah.
That's like when you see those old fast food sandwiches. You're like, oh, there's a cheeseburger still, and it's 11 years old, and it looks perfect.
Looks the same.
I don't know if I should put that in my body.
Right?
Interesting thought. So I asked the question, should we be putting an age limit on the energy drinks? 91% of respondents said yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, might be something to consider.
It's our job as parents to help shape young people because their brains aren't as good at making decisions as ours. It's your job as a mom or dad to guide them through right and wrong. And overconsumption of energy drinks is wrong.
All right, what are your random strong opinions? You can get them right here to the KVJ show. Call or text them in 877-979-WRMF. What do you think about this one? This person says anyone can buy a ticket and support the Michael Jackson biopic, and anybody who does supports child molestation. At least 10 people have accused Michael Jackson for child molestation, and his estate and family has paid for this whole production, whitewashing everything. Is there a moral conflict by going to see this biopic?
Gosh, that's a hard one because I don't know. I mean,
we've seen it all.
We've seen.
And it is wild that we've seen the cases, we've seen the allegations, we've seen everything that's going on, and you're still saying, I don't know. I'm still confused.
I mean, there's a lot of artists and a lot of actors and all that. You start putting that filter over it, you're not going to be watching a lot or listening to a lot of stuff.
You're right.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are with it, but it is a little bit crazy. So I wonder how many people are going to take that stance against it. And just say, I don't want to be involved with it.
Janet Jackson did.
I know. She's always been really quiet. She's kind of been on the outside with the family, I think.
She's like, I don't need this heat.
Yeah.
I don't need your money. I'm good. I'm Janet effing Jackson.
Right. What about this random strong opinion? It says, men need to do a better job when they stare at women while they walk away. It gives me major ick when I see a guy gandering at a girl's tuchus.
There is definitely a difference between taking a look and then staring. And the staring you're coming off like a werewolf.
If you're making noises and drooling, it may be a little excessive.
Especially if you do the whole sunglasses thing and you look the girl up and down.
What about this? Convertibles are overrated and not fun to ride in.
I agree with that, man. It starts to rain. You're like, oh, man, let me hit this button.
It messes up my hair so bad. And then my hair is in my lip gloss. It's a mess.
I feel like bird crap could come in at any point.
I'm not trying to get a sunburn. It's a lot.
It is a lot. And yeah, I hate convertibles.
I do too.
I love the cars. You ever seen the ones that they have that full top moonroof or whatever?
Yes.
Yes.
And like one of my Ubers, I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool that they got something like that.
I don't mind those. Those
that I love.
Cool.
I mean, I love the light. I love letting it in. I just don't want the wind that goes along with it.
Teslas have that, where you just look up and you can see the whole sky.
Oh, yeah, you can't have that kind of car with that hair. There's no way.
Yeah, it's just, things got to stay nice. People who like the smell of gasoline are psychopaths.
I agree, and I'm one of them.
Okay.
I am a psychopath, and I love the smell of gasolina. Since I was a kid.
I used to like it when I was little, but then I read that if you like the smell of gas, you like the smell of the fumes killing your brain cells.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing. And I was like, I don't want that. So now I go out of my way to avoid gas.
Well, I just remember being a little kid and, my dad would get gas and it would almost make me want to eat the gas pump. I'm like, oh, it smells good. What is this feeling? I know. I'm a psychopath.
Watermelon tastes better in triangles.
I love watermelon.
I love it in a triangle because then the rind, the bottom part, the green part is the handle. Oh, I love that.
Okay, so you do kind of like it that way.
I do, and it looks cute in pictures.
The one thing I will tell you, I enjoy watermelon more when it's not pressing up against the side of my face. You know how sometimes when you go all in and when you take that bite, then you've got the watermelon that is still left, and it just makes your whole face sticky. And I'm not a fan of that, so I do like it cut.
Neat and clean roasted.
Yes.
Are you a psychopath if you love eating the rind?
Yes.
I heard that's not good for your stomach, but then again, I could be wrong on that.
It's not sweet at all. It's like, I don't know. It's just,
I knew somebody that liked to eat the
it's
rind.
like eating a shoe.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What do you think about putting salt on watermelon? Is that a yes or a no? That's I don't know if that's a Southern thing, but a lot of my family did that.
I like putting that tahini.
Oh, that's amazing. You're right. That's even better. Yeah, the gringos go salt.
The gringos are doing it wrong.
I agree. Tahini is it.
Get with the Mexicanos and put the tahini on your fruit salad. It'll change your life.
Yeah. Never trust online reviews. They are written by the most extreme people.
Agreed. You also don't imagine if you go to a restaurant Yelp review and there's 90 comments just bashing it. How do you know that that's not somebody that put them up to that? There's no way to prove it.
People are so psycho nowadays. You can't trust the reviews. You have to go in there and see for yourself. Especially the bad reviews. You really can't trust the ones that are just ranting and so angry. I'm like, how could a restaurant get you that angry?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. April says, it is a travesty that so many younger women are wasting their good butt years wearing mom jeans.
I agree. What are you doing? You have a perfect butt right now. We could bounce a quarter off of it, and you're putting it in mom jeans? No.
That is kind of wild. I've seen more younger girls wearing those. Is that I assume, a fashionable thing right now?
You can blame your girl, Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, okay.
She does the mom jeans.
Doesn't she? Doesn't she do jeans ads?
I know she does jeans ads. I don't know if they're mom jeans ads.
Mom jeans are different.
Mom jeans are not flattering. Girls, if you have this beautiful backside, don't put it in mom jeans.
And do you agree with this random strong opinion? People who have cosmetic surgery don't look younger. They just look like people who have had cosmetic surgery.
If you do too much, yes.
Well, you get the lion face.
You do.
Yeah.
Or like a feline of sorts.
Yeah, it can look jacked up. You got to be minimalistic.
Okay. All right. Well, some random strong opinions, and some of them are actually true. We talk a good bit about a lot of the hidden fees that are out there, and there is really some sneaky stuff you got to watch. Look, I love taking care of people that wait for you when you're at a table, but have you ever done that where you double tip? Where you give a nice little tip and you realize, the tips are included. So I just tipped them 40%. Yeah.
I don't got 40%.
Yeah, you were good. You weren't that good. You know?
Nobody is.
And then there's no getting that money back. Like, what are you going to do? It's like you're just
done.
made the mistake. And you're like, I wonder how many people have done that. How much extra money some wait staff has gotten because they've been double tipped.
Good wait staff will tell you, hey, the tip's included. You know, you're here at a hotel or a fancy resort. We include the service charge.
The bad wait staff who always gets 10% on their tip is like, I'm not going to say a word.
I'm not going to say a peep.
Yeah.
People get mad if you trick them and they find out the end. They go, what is this crap? They don't like to be tricked.
No, they don't. And I think that's why now when you see some of these itemized bills and people are like saying, what is this ambiance fee? Like, I don't even know what this is.
Right. What is this security fee? It's the middle of the day and there's not a security guard in sight.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
there
what?
are a lot of things like that. And now tell me if this is fair or foul. Here's a Papa John's customer that's going viral for freaking out about a message they saw printed on the Papa John's pizza box.
Delivery fee is not a tip. Please reward your driver for outstanding service. Tips aren't paychecks. Pay your employees.
Just kind of going on that angle. Now, there are some people that believe that this is the restaurant's responsibility, that they just need to be paying their employees more. The businesses push back and say, if we do, we would go out of business, or we'd have to charge you a lot more for that said pizza pie and you wouldn't pay for it. Now, to me, I think the right thing to do is you just be honest with the cost, no hidden fees. But then I do understand where that probably would kill a lot of business. It's a weird thing that we have. That whole thing where they have a gallon of gas at $3.99, like just make it $4. No, because apparently so many more people would not buy it. That whole penny, just something in our minds. It just changes your decision making.
I kind of get it. If you had a gas station with a 4 or a 3 next to it, we're going to 3, baby.
Totally.
Do you have a problem with that, where they try to tell you that the delivery fee is not a tip? They're separate things. you're paying a delivery fee, and then you tip the driver on top of it.
Things got kind of weird, I feel like, during COVID with fees and because remember there was that big thing where they're fighting for their lives delivering your food, and you go give them more, and it did reset kind of how they do hidden fees.
I just had it happen to me. I took an Uber on Sunday, and there's now a new thing that I didn't see before because I do watch. Booking fee of $8. I'm like, booking fee? That's new.
Yeah.
And they can add it to your ride at their discretion, and you just have to take it like a B.
It is a weird era that we're in. Ever since COVID, you've had all these mysterious non-negotiable fees that they throw at you.
It wasn't on the estimated cost of the trip, but afterwards when I looked at my total, I'm like, wow, that seems high. $8 booking fee.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think this is an argument because, look, I believe in you need to tip the driver, but then tell me exactly what would a delivery fee cover? So what is the difference on that? Is that just the wear and tear on the vehicle?
No.
Is that the cost of gas? What is a delivery fee?
They keep that?
I think DoorDash keeps it, or Uber Eats keeps that fee. The tip is what goes to the driver.
Because you got three people. If you're doing, an Uber Eats, you got three kind of parties involved here. You have the driver, you got the company of Uber, and then you've Uber Eats, and then you've got the restaurant. And they're all, so that maybe they're going to say, because we have to pay all these people. You got the fees just the way it is, man.
I don't like it. It seems like every time you get anything nowadays, there's all these little charges, and you're like, what's that? What's that?
Yeah, the tip I get, there's no problem there.
Always.
There's no problem there.
We always tip 20% at least.
And I think this comment is misguided because she's telling the restaurants to pay your drivers more. I think what we need to zero in on here is the delivery fee. And my question is, are pizza delivery fees complete BS? 95% of people are saying yes, they are. And that's what I just want to know. What exactly goes into this delivery fee? It's not anything to do with making my pizza or the ingredients. This delivery fee. And why is that in addition to a tip?
Especially if it's the driver's personal vehicle and that driver is paying for the insurance and paying for the gas and paying for the wear and tear on his vehicle. All of that money should go to him. So he should get the delivery fee and he should get the tip.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If it's his car.
Well, people are very passionate about this one, and they think that the delivery fee is complete BS. But a lot of people are saying that delivery fee is just cutting into a driver's tips. And if the delivery fee goes to the restaurant and then the driver's getting hurt because of that, that's not fair to them.
Amen.
We really should be mad at the restaurants, I think, on this. And I'd just like to know, what is exactly the delivery fee? Angelica here from Stewart was a GM for Papa John's, and you can explain what exactly goes into that delivery fee at Papa John's. I thought maybe it might be wear and tear and gas. Is it that, or is it something else, Angelica?
So Papa John's and Domino's, they use a system called Drivosity, which when you place your order, it tells you, your order's being prepared. It'll say like, Jose, put your order in the oven. Angela is quality checking it. So that $325, $425 goes towards paying for that Drivosity. And then the driver's pay changes when they come in and out of the store. So when they're in store, they make whatever minimum wages. And then when they go out on the road, they usually drop down to whatever the server wage is, which is usually like $6 or $7 an hour.
Okay.
So they don't make a consistent pay, but that extra $3, $4 an hour is what pays for that program. And the drivers get tracked on their speed, how well they drive, their braking, stuff like that. So the employer can see whether or not a driver is being responsible while they're out on the road.
Okay. So basically you're saying that these drivers are getting paid the same wage as a server because they would make their tips. Is that part of it?
Correct, yeah. So when they're in store and they're cleaning or they're preparing food or they're helping do prep, they're making minimum wage, so whatever minimum wage is at the time. And then as soon as they get a delivery and they're dispatched to go out on the road, their pay drops to whatever that server rate is.
Okay. And one text here says that each driver gets paid for every mile they drive, and it used to be 71 cents a mile.
That changes based on what the gas prices are. So it'll go up and down. With gas prices being inflated, I would hope that Papa John's slightly corrected that. But I've seen it be as low as like 34 cents a mile sometimes, going up to like almost $1. But that doesn't, insurance and everything like that is expensive these days. So it really doesn't cover, these drivers have to leave with like $50 to $80 in tips a night for it to be worth it for them.
Wow.
34 cents a mile really doesn't seem to cover much.
No, but I guess it, fluctuates with the cost of gas. Now,
and a lot of the stores now have contracts with like DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff like that, to where we don't even really have to hire drivers in store. Everything gets dispatched out to third-party delivery system. And the customers don't like that because then they don't get that Drivosity tracking, which shows them their stuff's in the oven, when exactly it's been ready, how long it's been sitting on a hot rack, stuff like that.
Yeah. How do you feel about it now that you're not there, Angelica? Do you see the need for it, or do you agree? We had 90+% of people that said these delivery fees were BS.
It's not complete BS. I understand that if you've never worked in the industry, you may not understand how much goes into the back end of like running a delivery system. You're not just giving the food to a delivery driver and telling him to go out on the road. People nowadays want to be able to see everything that happens every second.
Yeah.
So we could take that Drivosity away, but then you're just going to kind of get that, all right, your pizza's going to be there in 45 minutes like the old days.
Right.
I mean, you really could do a TED Talk on delivery driving. That's very good.
Yeah. She knows her stuff.
Yeah, and would you say, Angelica, a lot of, because what I feel is just there are all these hidden costs coming at restaurants. They don't really know what to do with it, so they almost make up category line items to give to the customer to pay it because they need to make up to stay in business. Is that really what's going on?
Well, it is, because if you say, you take a $11.99 pizza and suddenly that $11.99 pizza is $15.99, people are going to notice that more than like an additional $2.99 fee.
So we kind of trick them a bit by calling it a delivery fee, and we keep the price of the pizza the same, but now we made up the additional costs that we're incurring.
Correct, yeah, because everything continues to get more expensive, so,
Crazy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when everything starts to continually get more cheap. Is that ever going to happen? Are we ever going to turn the tide back?
I don't think they're going to do that because profits are up. Everybody's making money off of us, the measly consumer. The fat cats are getting fatter.
Are profits up?
Yeah. Fat cats' profits are up a lot.
They are. You have those numbers.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're doubting her, Kevin.
Fatcat.com.
You got nothing. Oh, man.
This is where Virginia overextends, goes bold, has no research, no proof, no
Fat
nothing.
cats, they look happier.
They look happier.
You almost sold it. Rossi wouldn't let you get off the hook.
Yeah. That's right. When you start digging, there you go. Well, don't expect more truth out of your dirt.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. Yes, we all know the dirt is probably about 60% correct.
That's better than most days.
The lie of the day.
Well, Jill Zarin continues to be in hot water. Now, she lives down here now in South Florida, but she used to be a Real Housewife of New York, and she has been kicked off the reboot that is going to the E! Entertainment Network because she made a little bit of a messy comment about the Super Bowl halftime show, and people called her racist. So she's not going to be on that reboot. And now she just got a lawsuit filed against her and her boyfriend, Gary. She and Gary were investing in this company of pickleball goodies, and they were getting 25% share in a company called Pickle Pro, and they promised the owner of Pickle Pro they would continue to pay him $5,000 a month while they developed their whole thing. But apparently in May of 2024, Jill Zarin and her boyfriend Gary decided to start their own company and not use the Pickle Pro guys stuff, but do their own stuff. And he says, look, they stole my engineering, they stole my development, they stole my company resources to start their new business without me, so they owe me money. So she is back in court fighting over pickleball.
Do you guys ever play pickleball?
I love it.
Is it fun? Because I was thinking about getting into it.
It's like tennis for people that really aren't that good at tennis.
All right.
It's kind of like what? Tennis for lazy people, right?
It's lazy tennis.
All right. I like it. That's fun.
But you can actually do it. You don't have to be as good as you have to be to play like highly competitive tennis.
Okay, so unskilled, lazy tennis players go to pickleball.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
People that are getting older like me go to pickleball.
I think I'm going to do pickleball instead of tennis when I'm completely healed.
It's so fun. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is coming back with Taylor Frankie Paul. You know, she was the one in the video throwing the metal bar stool that bounced off her kid's head, but I guess she's not in trouble for it because they announced that she will not face charges over that incident. They're not going to come after her. So production is picking the cameras back up, and she will be on it when they begin filming season 5. Or season 6 or whatever the hell it is. Yeah. She'll be there.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting news.
And finally here.
Kevin's all over you in the dirt today.
Other people love it, I guess.
Kylie Jenner is being sued by her former housekeeper. The housekeeper is claiming all kinds of things like discrimination, harassment. She said she was mocked for her race and publicly humiliated. And all this while Kylie Jenner is putting up posts on social media showing off her $1 million Birkin collection. She has so many of those Hermes Birkin bags that the collection is worth $1 million.
Wow.
Dang.
Do they have
that's wild. The price of those bags is unreal. I think that was the kind of bag that somebody tried to swipe out of somebody's room with the breakers like a week or so. I wanted like a $35,000 bag.
Yep.
I was like, that's nuts.
Insanity.
That's a car.
It's a nice car.
Yeah.
It's a brand new nice car, and you're carrying it around as a purse.
Wild.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Did I miss this the first time around? Because I saw this clip of that artist David who is up for killing that teenager and hacking her up, putting her in the trunk. And he has that song Romantic Homicide.
Yeah.
Did you hear the audio of him breaking down what that song means and how it's not about an actual murder?
I don't believe him. But yeah, play it. Like, this is just, he is twisted.
This sounds like a guy that is trying to convince you that he didn't actually write this autobiographical song about killing someone. Tell me if this sounds like something you could put into his trial.
Builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
Yeah. Your Honor, we would like to submit as evidence.
I feel like this is going to be played in the trial. He's got a little bit more to say as he tries to convince you that this song is not about a real murder. It's only in his mind.
And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. It was really more of a figurative I killed you, especially in the back of my mind. I try to stress that in the back of my mind. That's why I say it so loud. In the back of my mind, you died. In the back of my mind, I killed you.
Who are you trying to convince, dude?
Yourself.
You're yelling in the back of your mind that you killed her, but that's not what this song is about.
Well, there's a dead girl in your Tesla, and you have a song about killing your girl. What do you think the conclusions we're going to draw are going to be?
Wow.
So it's all in the mind because that's the most secure place you can be is in your mind. So if you can expel that thought from your mind, then everything else will just come together.
This feels like a guy that realizes he just condemned himself with his biggest song, and now he's trying to convince you that it's not a song about what he really did, but it's just what he did in his mind. Which, then again, I'd say at the very least, so you are working through murder in your head.
He's working through murder.
Eloquently.
Dude is dumb. Dude is dumb.
He's trying to sound so deep there, too. Like, oh, look how deep this song is. It's got meaning behind it. And he just sounds like a psycho.
He does sound like a psychopath.
Just as an experiment, I wish Jbird and I could prosecute this case. I think we'd still win.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I think you got this. KVJ Legal Eagle.
Hot dog law.
Wild. It almost won me over. Now, I'd never go down this path, but I was having dinner with a friend of mine last night. He was showing off his tattoos. And what he is doing is every country he goes to, he is getting the passport stamp of that country tattooed on his arm.
I saw this on your friend yesterday because I saw him in a meeting.
Yeah.
And I was like, are those passport stamps? And yeah, I thought that. I was like, that's a great idea.
It is a really cool idea because he loves travel. Like, he's just always taking off. I'm like, so what are you doing next? He's like, in a couple days, I'm going to Vietnam. I'm like, all right.
Wow.
Yeah, he just pops off and, jests to someplace in the world. And then when he goes there, he's treating his body now like he's his own little passport stamp. So you look down and you always have the memories of that trip. I was like, okay, that actually is starting to make a little bit of sense to me. I'm like, I do love that concept.
Are those the only tattoos he has?
Yeah, I think so, as far as I know. Now, I didn't de-pants him, but, he might have some hidden.
Theme tattoos are fun. I knew somebody that would get musicians on their back. Famous musicians.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel like, because they say 30% of tattoos result from spur-of-the-moment choices. And those seem to be the ones that people regret the most. You maybe had too much, and you're like going, yeah, let's do this. And you get, I don't know, a weird, like, just something that's odd. And then
you get one
later,
when you've been drinking.
Right.
And someone asks you, so what does that mean? What does that mean to you? I don't know. I just looked at it, thought it was cool. I was drunk.
Yeah, and to me, look, it's your body. You do whatever you want to do with it. But for me, I just have a belief that if you're going to get a tattoo, it should be something that means something to you, and it's something you'd want to continually look at. And look, some people just like having their body covered up with it. In fact, my daughter was aghast because she saw an older photo. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so naked. And I'm like, you're not naked. She's like, I mean tattoos. She doesn't like looking at photos of herself without all of her tattoos now.
Really?
I know. I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, I kind of liked it, but
It reminds me of when my baby was a little girl.
Yes, you're right. One person said, I've got themes on every part of my body. My leg is Japanese traditional. My other leg is video game characters. My torso is Florida themed. My arm is ocean themed. And my other arm is my kids' doodles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fun. I like that a lot.
That is kind of neat.
I need to get inked up soon again.
Yeah, you're the only one. Well, you and Denny's.
Yeah, the dirty hippies. We have a couple of tattoos.
Now, you've got memorial, right? That's
my theme.
The only tattoos you have is memorials.
Yeah, the next one I would do would either be of my Aunt Ann or of my dog that passed, Chewy.
Or when you lose a KVJ bet and got to get Kevin's face on your ass cheek.
That is a fun kind of a thing.
It's not a punishment for him. He's excited.
Oh, do you want me to KVJ Nation to go, Burr, show me your butt. Look, I want to see it. I want to take a picture with Kevin.
You might as well just wear assless chaps at that point because everybody would want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
Now, this I like. 65% of people believe their tattoos are a key part to their identity, and that's why they do it. So they choose something that means something to them. Top thing, honoring parents. Like you, Bird, 33% say that's what mine are about. 24% about their dogs.
Aww.
23% their favorite bands that have spoken to them. Cartoon characters are 21%, memes, and then favorite foods down at 7%.
Yes, foods would be awesome. Just imagine someone's back of all kind of concession stand foods. Be a corn dog.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
They say only 25% of people regret their tattoos. And I guess one of those people would be Pete Davidson, who has now spent about $200,000 having his tattoos removed. He's been doing it for the last 6 years, and he's only 30% done.
Wow.
I wonder if Steve-O regrets getting his. He got a private part on his face and then kept it up there. And he tried to get it taken off too, but it's taken kind of forever. You can still see an outline of it.
Right.
I think as you get older, you'll regret D-face.
He didn't do it that long ago either.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, he's doing it. So, 30% done. He's been at it for 6 years, and I hear it's really painful.
Well, they have to burn it off.
Yeah, I was reading about it. What it is the laser therapy for removing tattoos. It uses incredibly fast pulses of light that shatters the tiny pigments of ink that's trapped under the skin by white blood cells. It breaks down the ink into smaller molecules, which are then dissipated in the body. So I guess the ink never leaves. The ink is now just broken up and swimming to other parts of your body.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love that.
Yeah. I think they're trying to say that is then not harmful to you, but
Show me the studies in like 30 years.
Yeah, but I did like that concept. I'm like, yeah, if you're going to travel and that's big for you, it does make sense. Cool little concept. All right, class, it's time to learn. Stop looking at all those things you got on your phone. Get ready.
Stop posting on social media and answering DMs.
Yep, it's time to pay attention here. Now, I've got a couple questions for you. This was part of your homework last night, which I have a feeling you guys did not do.
My dog ate it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought your dog was no longer with us.
His dog ate mine, too.
Okay. So Ghost Dog ate both homeworks.
His dead dog ate.
I've heard some terrible, poor mistakes in my life, but boy, that might be the worst. Ghost Dog ate it. Terrible. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question here. You got to BS your way through it, and we're going to see who can do the best job by audience vote. Virginia, can you tell me, why do we clink glasses when toasting?
Well, I love that you asked me that because I love drinking and toasting, and I feel like you couldn't have asked a better person.
Oh, okay.
So
I expect a great answer.
The noise that the two glasses make when they come together is actually dates back to prehistoric times, and it meant like good luck. It meant a showering of blessings and like kind of like a sound bath, if you will.
Yeah.
That noise is good luck, and it's good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. And that's why you should drink more and cheers more.
I really would love to see somebody give a long answer like that at Jeopardy. That would be so funny. Come on, with a commercial.
They do 2 questions a show.
The host just comes over and tackles you.
Okay, Jbird, can you tell me why a baker's dozen is actually 13? Because I always thought a dozen was 12.
Me and Denny's were just talking about this on 420. It's because the person who invented those donuts, they were so high, they thought it was 12 donuts. And it was actually 13. That's why they do baker's dozen. Am I close?
Oh, okay. It dates back to April 20th of some year.
420.
Yeah, prehistoric times, like the...
They do a lot of stuff in prehistoric times, huh?
We know a lot about prehistoric times.
Apparently so. Impressive. And Denny's, can you tell me, since you're such a sports fanatic, where does the term soccer originate?
Well, so back in prehistoric times, they hadn't invented shoes yet, so all they had was socks. So all the sports they played was just in socks, and they're like, "Hey, let's play that soccer game, that sock game that we were playing." And over the years, the etymology of it changed.
Etymology. Good. That's a great word. Yeah.
And it became soccer.
Soccer. Okay, because they were playing in socks.
I love it.
Am I close?
Wow.
That's I don't know. It's solid.
Okay. 3 answers without knowing the actual one. Who did the best job? Virginia, who said that clinking glasses is all about a sound bath. It sounds good and
prehistoric
feel good in prehistoric times. Yeah. The reason why we have a baker's dozen at 13 is because the bakers were high on 420.
In prehistoric times.
And the reason why we use the term soccer, it's because they only had socks and that's what they played in. So
back in prehistoric times.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right. We asked Virginia why we clink glasses when toasting. Why did that become a thing? And she said it had to do with a sound bath.
From prehistoric times, yeah. It makes us feel good.
Okay, yeah. You know, she wasn't too far off.
That's so annoying.
Oh, hilarious.
That's so annoying.
She's shocked.
They don't definitely know how it started, but they believe that it was a sound that would complete the 5 senses that involve drinking, which is sight, smell, taste, and touch, and then clink, and then you get to hear along with it.
Oh, yeah.
It was 17th century, which I don't know if you consider that prehistoric times.
Some do.
Okay. But they say it might also symbolize unity and shared celebration because I guess once upon a time, people would drink from a single communal vessel. Could you imagine going to the bar and ordering a beer and you're like, and they hand you the one that the guy next to you is drinking and you just start drinking that?
Some old salty sea dog.
Oh my gosh.
And that's olden times. It makes it grosser.
Prehistoric
he had
lip
rickets
scab?
and scurvy and herpes and everything else. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a nightmare. Now, we asked Jbird why they call it a baker's dozen, and he said it's because the baker screwed up because he was high baking on 420.
In prehistoric times.
In prehistoric times, of course. Yeah. The actual answer on that is because of the harsh penalties they used to have on bakers back in the day. You had to sell at least the required amount. This happened in medieval England, close to prehistoric times.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And if the bread weight was not what it was, then the baker could be fined, jailed, or even flogged.
Damn.
For not giving enough bread. So they just said, you know what, baker's dozen, we'll just give you 13. We're good, right? There's no way I'm getting flogged.
Bread by Johnny.
Wow.
Bread by Johnny. I kind of want to taste Johnny's bread.
It's really good.
And for Denny's, we asked him where the term soccer originates, and he said that that's all they had to play him was socks, not shoes, and so they just started calling it soccer.
That's according to some prehistorians.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're sticking with this, Kevin. We're going to beat this dead horse.
It's a little complicated, but they say that soccer originated from the term association football in the late 1800s. British students then shortened association to a soccer, kind of like rugger for rugby, which then became soccer. But then when Britain got the actual soccer, they dropped using that in favor of football. So other countries like the U.S., Canada, and Australia, we already had a sport that was using that term. So we kept soccer. So we'd have a difference. Yeah. So that's why we are the only 3 countries that use soccer, and the rest of the world now calls it football.
I think we did a pretty good job, class.
I mean, I think we've done way worse on other tests.
Well, the craziest thing about it was I think Denny's probably had the answer that was the furthest from the truth. And he yet won 40% of the vote.
It's a good answer.
Those feel like KVJ numbers.
And Virginia, who was actually kind of right, only got 20% of the vote in third place. Jbird got 32.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take second place.
Not really fair.
I feel like everybody just failed, including the audience today.
I'm going to the cafeteria.
I'm going to drink.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Be interesting if this works. The plan that our Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer has by going after OpenAI for the role it played in the shooting that happened at Florida State last April, where on campus you had 2 people dead, 5 injured. And I know your daughter was there and you were freaking out, Virginia, as all that was going on.
She was in the library, and it's not very far from the student union lawn, which is where it all went down. And all the alarms went off all over campus, and kids were flipping over desks and hiding behind them, and they didn't know what was going on. Like, it's a horrifying moment. I don't wish that on any parent.
Now, they're saying that 21-year-old Phoenix Eichner, the shooter, allegedly asked the AI chatbot what gun to use, ammunition type, and optimal campus timing to encounter more people.
That's what's scary about the whole robot chat GPT AI. They're yes people. They'll go along with your plan and kind of, oh, yeah, okay, Virginia, you want to do something awful? Here's the nicest way to do it.
Yeah, so it encourages them to do it the way that it's smarter with AI, so you can have a higher kill count.
It's wild that it gives you that information, because the other day I was trying to do an AI image and I said, give me this person in a sexy dress. Like, oh no, this violates our decency. I'm like, what? Sexy dress?
It's Jbird. He would love to be in a sexy dress.
Yeah. I'm like, that's so odd. So it's like, okay, so you're going to go ahead and greenlight a guy's like going, hey, what kind of gun? What do I shoot people up at Florida State and Tallahassee?
I want to murder.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what you need. No problem with that. Sexy dress. Oh my gosh. Oh, look out, you pirate.
Did you notice on your AI robot when it said there was a violation, their voice changed a little bit?
I didn't ask it. I typed it in and it just came back with that message.
I swear they got different personalities. They have moods, I should say.
Shocking. It's going to flip on you.
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting. And I would imagine that you will start seeing bigger safeguards. And that is kind of wild that he was able to get that information off of a chatbot
and then get advice on when to go and cause more damage based on people being around the student union at lunchtime.
And I'm wondering if we're going to get to a point where we're going to have laws for these companies that if they get those kind of prompts, they have to immediately go to the FBI or CIA or whatever it might be, depending upon what agency needs to handle that. Now, there'll be privacy issues and situations like that, but the fact that it just gave him that information when it won't give me guy in sexy dress, what the heck, man?
There's a lawsuit because one of the families is filing it, and they want money from AI. From OpenAI, the company. They're like, look, you had a part in this.
Yeah.
You need to pay us. And they're not wrong.
Could be an interesting case, yeah.
If OpenAI gave the shooter advice on how to kill more people and your loved one died on that day, I think you absolutely have a case.
Right. Yeah. Be interesting to see what happens. Now, a Florida tattoo artist has been arrested for aggravated stalking and sexual cyber harassment involving an ex-girlfriend. 38-year-old John Thomas Ryan was arrested on Sunday on charges including aggravated stalking with credible threat, sexual cyber harassing, and extortion. Now, the only thing that I have a question of is, how did this guy get a girlfriend in the first place? His entire face and everything up neck area is all one tattoo. It's pretty unreal.
It's a look, and some people really like it. It's a thing.
I'll have to put that up here. Does anybody find this dude attractive? Yeah, because it is something, man. I mean, I'm talking like, and it's the scary type stuff.
So was he trying to... Was there revenge stuff there? Revenge porn?
It's just aggravated stalking. I don't know exactly why he was going after her so hard. It doesn't say why he was stalking her, but you look at him in court and you think this guy could be a little bit unhinged. He's looks like he's had his eyeballs tattooed. You ever seen that where they can get the color so it's just all dark?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He went all in.
Yeah. Do you think this tattoo artist is hot? I'll see if people like that on KVJ TV. It's kind of crazy. Teresa Heitman, the mayor of Naples, Florida, was arrested again after allegedly failing a drug test while on probation from a prior DUI case. Well, she likes to party.
I mean, Teresa, we are naughty.
Authorities say she tested positive for cannabinoids, a violation of the strict terms that banned alcohol and drugs. So she just thought, well, I can't do alcohol and drugs. I'm just going to do weed, right? I'm good.
Yeah, California sober.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Before we throw the book at her, it wasn't fentanyl.
I know.
But she's the mayor. Amazing. Welcome to Florida. A substitute teacher in Lake County, Florida, was taken into custody after acting erratically in front of students, yelling incoherently, slamming her hands on a desk, and making explicit, inappropriate comments.
Lord.
She on cannabis mixed with something?
Yeah.
They say she even referred to herself as a $1 million prostitute and made sexual remarks towards students while also twerking and behaving wildly in class.
Oh, no, girl.
You can't do that.
Girl is a party.
To become an escort prostitute, and I said no.
Wow, how about that, huh?
Gosh.
They eventually restrained that and removed it from the classroom, and now she's facing charges of disorderly conduct, battery, and disrupting a school function. And the school district has fired her.
Yeah, you got to let her go. We can't come back from that.
Imagine being a student in that class, seeing that go down.
Oh, you are going for your phone.
You have
so
to.
quick.
Oh, yes.
Well, William Bush might have wanted to think through how he did this. Apparently, there was a fire involving some fuel tanks, and they suspected that maybe William Bush had something to do with it, so investigators called him in. They thought right away, I think he might have something to do with it. Apparently, his eyebrows were all singed. He had burns on his face and bandages on his arm. As he tried to tell him he didn't know anything about it.
That is amazing.
$25,000 in damage, and the video shows a man stealing fuel when a flash fire breaks out. He said the burns came from work, and then he changed his story to a brush fire. And then when they weren't believing that, it's like siphoning gas, a little cigarette. Yeah. So he ran out of excuses. Finally, like, all right, dude, just stop. Please stop. There's a man who was sentenced to 7 months in jail in Singapore after he tried to cheat a watch shop by selling them a Rolex that he thought was fake. And apparently the big dummy actually sold them a real Rolex, and they wound up getting a great deal.
It was real the whole time?
It was real. They're like, yeah, we'll give you that for that.
We're happy.
So he walks out going, yeah, I got them. And they're inside going, yeah, we got him.
Could you spot the difference between the two?
I mean, good fakes, you can't really tell. I mean, you have to take it apart, I think, to be able to tell if it's a really good fake.
At that point, do you care if it's fake then? If it looks just like it and it's cheaper, why would you not want to do?
Panda had one that was fake, and he left it at work at his old job, and the cleaning crew stole it. Ha! Joke's on you.
Oh, wow.
It's a fake.
Swedish researchers found that cocaine traces in rivers and lakes can accumulate in salmon brains and disrupt their behavior. Wow, the salmon are on blow.
I don't want cocaine salmon.
No, I wouldn't think so. So, yeah, who knows? Can you get cocaine-free fish?
They swim real upstream.
Oh, my gosh. They swim so fast.
That's one way to get there, man. Look at them things swim. That's pretty wild. And Erica Brown from Anderson was flagged by facial recognition software at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles during her driver's license renewal due to her uncanny resemblance to another Indiana woman. A fraud and security enforcement investigator showed Brown side-by-side photos revealing a striking similarity between the two, who are the same age but have different names and addresses. And Brown now posts daily TikTok videos searching for her lookalike after waiting 3 months for her license approval. You know, I have doppelgangers everywhere.
Yeah.
I just saw another one of you not that long ago.
It's amazing I can ever get a license the right way at a DMV.
Wow.
I don't get flagged for that either. That's pretty crazy. And finally here, they say Finnish Air Force cadets face disciplinary action after using their flight patterns to create shapes resembling male genitalia in the sky.
They made penis chemtrails?
Air penises. Yeah.
I think it's fun.
They were disciplined for their actions, it says.
But they were also knuckle bumped when they got back to the barracks.
You notice they're not kicked out. They got in trouble.
Right.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
So I walked home yesterday from work.
What happened? That's so sad because I literally have 2 cars here at work.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
I could have given you one to use.
Oh, that'd have been fantastic. Yeah, that'd have been great.
Oh, that breaks my heart. You had to walk home.
I had to walk home, yes. I had to walk home yesterday, yeah. So, we had this thing, I talk about it, where we're, juggling cars between the whole family. There's my wife and mother-in-law and whatnot. We've only got basically 2 spots, and there's 2 cars that's kind of filling that up. So we're trying to adapt here and there. My wife has got some kind of weird shell game on how we do this. Like, I have my mother-in-law's car, then I take it home, then she drives it in the afternoon. It's just so complicated and complex. Well, there was something going on where I guess my son has racked up so many Uber charges that somehow went unpaid that they've just shut off that app for us, and that doesn't work.
Oh, unpaid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I then went to my Lyft. That's the one app that does work. And I go outside, and it was kind of, a little bit rough. And I was talking to my friend, and my friend got in his ride, and he drove off. And then I realized, I'm like, this is not going through. And I kept trying. I kept walking around, and it just said insufficient funds. I tried the Apple Pay. I tried the credit card. I'm like, boy, this is not going well. And, I know I'm getting little tests about my patience And I kind of failed that one. Yeah, I kind of failed it. As I was about a half mile into the 3-mile jaunt home, I was like, because, just time crunch and everything. I'm like, I just don't have time for this. And of course, I'm sending off angry texts to the whole family. And they're like, Dad's unhinged again.
Dad's walking home and he's pissed.
Yes. And when I went to work, it was a little chilly, so I put on a jean jacket. Boy, it was warm on the way home. Let me just tell you, boy, it really got a lot warmer during the day.
Didn't help that you were hot pissed either.
Hot pissed. I'm hot. I'm sweating. I'm going through this whole thing. Just if you would have seen me back going, you thought like, wow, he's probably the best dressed homeless guy in the street, because I was having the same kind of erratic behavior and mannerisms. I think I spiked my cup. There's all kinds of stuff going on. You're just like, what a whack job that guy is. What's going on? As I walked, I tried to process everything, and it was a beautiful day. And I just tried to start, taking that time, and I felt like, you know what? I think this was probably thrown in my path, because I feel that. I feel like, I got to get to a certain level. It's something I'm working on. I think God tests you with these little things that he throws at your feet, and I fail almost every single time. And I felt like God was saying, I'm going to keep testing you until you get this right.
But just the fact that you're noticing that.
Yes.
And you had a little bit of gratitude about what a beautiful day it was.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
I did the walk in under an hour, probably needed the exercise. So I just said, you know what? You should have spun this a lot sooner, because especially when I'm pressed and stressed, I do have a tendency to flip a little bit. I think people have witnessed that a time or two around here. So I'm like, okay, I got to get better on this.
You take a lot until you flip.
I do. But boy, when I do, it's just rough. And so I got to say, it wasn't a 10 like you all have witnessed before. I would say, I looked a little insane. And it was probably within the scope of a minute. After I spiked my cup, I realized what an idiot I was, and I felt a lot better. I'm like, okay. Pull it back in.
Dad's unhinged again.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've had people say that to me recently.
Dad's walking home from work, and he just needs a life preserver.
That's it, yes.
Someone throw him a life preserver.
That's it. So I said, hey, can we please clear up all the charges on the, I want to have a couple there. And so we're going to have to make some adjustments. But yeah, I just realized, that's it. I got these tests coming at me. I got to do better on the next one. Did not passed yesterday with flying colors, but I got it together by the end.
It's weird, because that's what's on my mind is patience. It's so bizarre.
Okay,
yeah, because I've been struggling with my patience, and I've been called out and unhinged and all that stuff, and they're right. And I'm like, all right, get back to a place where you're peaceful and not so unhinged. And meditation does help with that kind of stuff.
It does. I think it's, to your point, I think it's like a muscle. It's something that you have to work out, and you have to get better at it. And I really fully feel like I'm in a season of my life where I'm getting tested, and God's like, dude, you got to get better at this patience thing, because I'm terrible at it.
So I'm going to keep testing you until you figure it out.
You don't have to test me.
Well, no. If God's saying this to you, I'm going to keep testing you till you act right.
Yes. No, I think you're right. I think that's exactly it. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Remember that movie where he just couldn't get it right, and then finally at the end, day by day by day, he kind of got it right and lived the perfect day, and then that's when he got to go on to the next.
Groundhog Kev.
Yes. I hope my app works today. I don't want to walk home.
Well, good news.
Look at you.
I have 2 cars here.
Okay.
You can take one of them.
Luckily today I have a vehicle. But yeah, the little lesson learned. So if you saw me, somebody's like, isn't that Kevin from the KVJ show just spiked his cup? Like,
why is he cursing the air and throwing his fist in the air?
Why is he punching the sky?
It is a tough thing, though, for humans to really kind of get through.
I would pay anything to see that.
It is. I know. I know somebody probably just filmed that. But yeah, to Bird's point, it is something. So,
patience.
Yeah, and
patience hard.
I think if you realize you suck at something, you might realize you get tested at that until you can finally pass it.
Damn.
He's right. I'm going through the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Patience, testing. Test here, test there.
Well, we'll push each other, Bird, because I'm not doing well with it right now. Not doing well. Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, Jbird gave me this menopause basket, and it was filled with so many cool things. One of the things it had on there was a menopause patch. Mm-hmm. So the box claims that you put this patch on you like a little sticker, and it's going to get rid of all your hot flashes, your night sweats, your drama. So yeah, I put the patch on last night, went to bed, Still had hot flashes.
Okay.
I put the patch on this morning when I woke up, came to work, and I think I am having less hot flashes. I normally have like about 6 or 7 per show, and I've only had 2.
There was a ton of menopause stuff in there. I didn't know what was good or not. I figured you'd kind of play around with it.
The heating pad, not so much what I'm looking for.
I thought the heating pad, I researched it. It's good for your back if you're having menopause issues.
I don't know. I don't want to be hot. My major problem is sweat. And so I gave the heating pad to Magnolia because those are really good for PMS.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So everything will get used in the menopause basket. But so far, less hot flashes. Am I jinxing it by saying that?
I ordered these menopause socks off online, and they got to my house. I go, these kind of look a little too sexy. It's like lingerie almost. I hope you didn't get the wrong message here.
How's your old gray nose hair doing?
Oh, I'm glad you brought it up. So I was putting on makeup, and I have to like do like this and get around the nose with it, and there's a giant gray nose hair coming out of my right nostril.
So gnarly.
Can you believe the audacity?
Oh, she'll definitely be dyeing her nostrils now.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
I get so upset with my body when it does gross things. I'm like, I'm not a gross person. Why are you being gross?
Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Why are you turning on me?
It is terrible. It is terrible. In fact, it's almost like day by day. I'm like, what is going to be my body's latest disappointment?
Yeah.
How's it going to let me down today?
The older age hair is a rough blow because you do start growing, especially dudes. We start growing hair in some odd places the older we get.
So gnarly.
Ears.
Yeah, you get in all the places you don't want, and then the places you do want, it's not going to grow.
Old man ear hair.
It's a gnarly
and you
thing.
can't see it. At least my nose hair, I can see it. I can clock it and maybe try to pluck it and then cry for 20 minutes.
I had a dentist when I was a little kid. He was a lot older and had a ton of nose hair. You'd go, how does he not see this? And he was the kind of person that would breathe through his nose, and you could smell his breath through his nose.
Oh, that's gnarly. That's gnarly.
It was awful.
We got to get that guy a mask.
If you had to make a guess, what do you think is the most exhausting decade and why?
I can only go up to my 40s, and so far it's definitely my 40s.
You're right. I think wherever you are now, if you're past like 35 years old, you're like, oh, it's this one.
I don't know about for you, Kev, but I felt it big time losing a step as far as energy-wise, like early 40s.
Yeah, and look, I think to me, if I had to say, there's a combination. One, it is aging and what you go through, but it's also the stresses that you have. And I've noticed that as you do get a little bit older, when I was in my 20s, nobody trusted me with anything.
They're like, this guy's a loose cannon.
He is a very untrustable dude. Yeah.
Now you have a cannon.
Yes, you're right. I do.
You have more responsibilities, more things you got to make sure are done right.
Yep. But you don't have as much energy. And that's where I think it is. To me, I think when you talk about the most exhausting decade of your life, it is that combination. You have the responsibility where you have to get a lot done in a short amount of time and done well, but you struggle to have the energy to do it, and you've just got family responsibilities, job responsibilities. It just keeps adding up, and everybody expects something from you.
And you're the breadwinner, and you have no car, and you have to walk 3 miles home.
Yes, you're right.
I can't imagine why this man's about to snap.
I got people sounding off on it right now, but they say that this is what science has proven for the most exhausting decade you will go through in your life.
Scientists say they've pinpointed the most exhausting decade of your life. Guess which decade?
Probably the one I'm in.
40s.
I knew it.
The 40s.
Good. That explains a lot.
Thanks for welcoming me to the party, guys.
That's right.
New explainer published in The Conversation says the decade, it's this perfect storm of career pressure, life's demands, biological changes, your children, friends, family. The good news, they say energy can rebound, although you have to wait till your 60s.
Okay. So it gets better when you hit 60.
I have noticed that with some people where they're really struggling in their 40s and early 50s, and then they get a little bit older, almost like a second puberty, if you shall, and they are just loving life. They do have a little bit more energy and are having fun. I think it's their give-a-dams that done been busted, and they want to just live their life.
I hope you're right.
I think as you do get older, you start to narrow down what is really important, and you start to understand what truly makes you happy and gives you legitimate joy. Because I think you're trying to find that out in your 20s. You're trying a lot of different substances and all kinds of stuff that you think is going to make you happy, or that girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, that friend group, and you realize that leaves you empty. And then as you get a little bit older, you're like, yeah, okay, I think I've figured out what truly makes me happy. And you spend more time chasing that true pursuit of happiness.
Amen.
Not all the other stuff that you're running around doing. And it sounds like a lot of people on KVJ TV kind of agree with this. In fact, it's an interesting little pyramid, if you will, where 41% of people say the 40s is the most exhausting decade, and then 30s and 50s are tied at 23%, and then for people that have gone through it in their 60s, only 13%. So that is the good news. It seems like it ramps up to difficulty in your 30s, you peak in your 40s, and then it starts getting a bit easier through your 50s, but then you fully feel it when you hit 60.
And this is why, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, I'll meet y'all at Wine Wednesday.
There you go. You know what makes you happy, Virginia. You pursue it daily.
I am. I'm going to focus more on drinking and less on people.
There you go.
That is a dark statement.
Oh my God.
Wow. Well, we are pulling and holding out hope that somehow our Spirit Airlines is going to be able to survive everything that it is going through. Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and then the rise of jet fuel prices, has the president saying he hopes that somebody can come in and swoop up and buy up our Dania Beach-based air carrier. And there's so many good reasons, too. I mean, look, just for even the general person, not only the local jobs that we could lose if it did fold, but also just, too, the price of having a budget air carrier out there and more competition. And a lot of people nationally even talking about it. Stephen Colbert actually was talking a little bit about Spirit Airlines.
The prices look so bad that Spirit Airlines may be forced to liquidate due to surging fuel costs. And that is a tragedy, because Spirit is my favorite airline to make fun of. We've done it a lot. You know their slogan, Spirit Airlines, comfort is our priority, but it's like number 8.
Okay, well, you know.
Look, nobody else is giving you a $49 ticket.
Honestly, yeah, I don't need frills. I'm okay. Just I need a place to be able to put my body and get it to the next destination.
Say what you will about Spirit, but man, those prices are legit.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you know a lot about when to book, Virginia, when it comes to flights, and there's apparently so many little hacks on how you can save some money, but it is kind of insane on what you have to do. And this is a former flight attendant that apparently has a couple little hacks you can do to save some money. If you got to fly and you're like, gosh, I don't want to pay those prices, and maybe you have some things to add to what she has to say.
Number one, you're always going to want to book your flight on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday. That's not like booking to take off on those days. That is sitting down on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday and booking those flights for the future.
Okay, so today would be a day to book.
Right. They say don't do it on Monday because they know everybody goes back to work on Monday and then starts planning their next thing while they have to be at work. They're like, oh, I hate this place. Let me plan a vacation.
How scammy, huh? I hate that. And that's what a lot of her tips, it sounds like, you know, there's a lot of ins and outs, and they're trying to just do whatever they can to get more money out of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So get more money out of them and go book today if you need to get a flight.
Number two, kind of coinciding with that one, you want to book your flight really late at night or really early in the morning. If you're a night owl, this is perfect, but like 3 to 4 in the morning in your time zone or your destinations is usually going to be the perfect time and the cheapest for some reason.
Huh.
Crazy, right?
Do you prefer a red eye or in the daytime?
So I shop on price alone. If I'm able to get a flight that's cheaper, I will totally fly at night. I will fly in the morning. I will fly in the afternoon. I have no allegiance to a day part. I'm only loyal to money.
Okay. All right. So, but how about that? Setting an alarm? Would you do that to save yourself a good chunk of money to get up at 3 a.m.?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't. No.
We're like, nah.
No, I usually buy the ticket the day of.
He's like, give it to me Monday morning, prime time.
He wants all the hacks. I'm like, how do I spend more on my airline ticket? Give me those.
Every time. I'm like,
charge me whatever you want and then double it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what goes down.
Double it. And a nice tip for yourself, of course.
Give yourself something nice.
Number 3, always use incognito mode or a VPN. This hides your location so that your demographic and where you live does not cause the prices to fluctuate of the flight that you want to take.
That is so true. So they're watching your own cookies or algorithm or whatever it is, when you go on the site, they can tell now that you went and you checked prices, and then you left, and then you came back and you checked prices, and then you left and you came back and checked prices again. And if you wait like a day or two or a few days in between, you'll notice when you go back, the price keeps going up, and you're like, what is going on?
Wild.
They're watching you.
No.
They have technology now to watch you. So don't let them see you. Go on your friend's computer. Go on a different, whatever, IP address.
Well, Denny's always talks a lot. I don't understand this stuff, and I don't have it, but it's a VPN and ghost mode. And I guess if you could Google this and you could easily find one of those Denny's. How would somebody do if they're trying to book today to do all these hacks we got?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of VPNs. I use NordVPN. It's always got deals. I would always buy that whenever they're running a sale. Like, I'll get a 2-year subscription for $45 instead of $200.
Wow.
You know, it's just so much better to buy it on sale. But basically, that just allows you, when you log onto the internet, you're connecting to a virtual server, so they can't track your IP or anything. I mean, I know a lot of people use it for, illegal things,
right.
but I mean, for this, you can save money on airline tickets by having this. My question is, how long does it take for it to pay for itself? $45 is more than I thought a VPN would be.
But that's 2-year subscription on it.
Okay.
I mean, so you're looking at maybe like $22 a year. It's pretty good compared to like $75 a year.
It would pay for itself if you can save just out on one flight, then I guess.
Amen.
Well, you can use it for a lot of things. I mean, personally, I don't ever connect to even my cellular internet outside of my house. Like, I'm connected to it, but I'm through a VPN. If I'm at a airport, if I'm at a school, anything of that nature.
Because they can hack big time, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's people that just sit in cafeterias or public Wi-Fi's and they connect to it with a device and they can see everyone's key logging, everything they're typing into their computers.
What's the name of that VPN again to go get?
So I use Nord. I mean, there's 50 different ones. I've never had an issue with Nord. I've been using them we're going on like 9 years.
How do you know when they'll have a sale?
So it usually, I'd say like 4th of July, Christmas, any of those major holidays, Black Friday.
Okay.
Black Friday is when I do a lot of my subscription-based renewals.
Sounds like it's a smart consumer thing. You don't obviously have a VPN, Virginia.
No, I'm not that good.
Okay.
I'm not as tech savvy as Denny's.
Get Rocco on that.
I need to get Rocco on that. You're right.
Here's what else the flight attendant had to say about saving you some money on a flight.
It's crazy that they do that, but they do. So hide your location, incognito mode, or VPN. And number 4, probably the most important, every single time that I book a flight, I go and send my flight confirmation over to Jetback because they will track that exact flight. And if the price goes down before I take off, they will give me a refund if the price goes down. And it's honestly so crazy. I cannot believe that more people are not talking about this.
Jetpack?
I guess so. Something you go to, and then if that price goes down before your flight, then you get that refund.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Okay, there you go. You got at least one little nugget out of that, Virginia.
Yeah, I got multiple nugs.
Do you realize here in just a week or two, we are going to be celebrating 27 years together for the KVJ show?
Dang, we are old.
No, we're experienced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wise like Yoda.
We're seasoned.
That's what it is.
We're starting to look like Yoda, too, with these nose hairs we got.
We're crispy around the edges.
Well, we want to put it to the test here to see just how well we paid attention, how much we know about each other. So today, we're going to try to find out, does Jbird know more about me, Kevin, than Denny's knows about Virginia?
No way.
Absolutely.
Denny's knows everything. He is all observing.
Mm-hmm.
He sees things you don't even know are in the room.
I know. So you would think it's a slam dunk that he gets it all right, correct?
Eat them for lunch, Denny's.
Okay. All right, well, here we go. First thing we got to know is... what do you think, Jbird and Denny's? Virginia, do we know the capital of Canada? Capital city for Canada.
Kevin definitely does.
Okay. Saying I definitely do. Okay, it's one of those things we got to write down. Denny's, what do you think about with Virginia?
Virginia, the capital of Canada? Man, I don't think I know the capital of Canada, so I'm just going to say no.
Virginia, you know the capital of Canada?
I don't think I do. I put Quebec?
That would have been my guess.
Who said that a boot?
I don't know, but that's a guess.
Okay. I guessed Ottawa is what I went with.
What's the answer?
Okay.
Now we find out
I
if
couldn't cheat.
Right. Now you have to Google it and see if you know.
One of his is right.
Oh.
Who would that be?
It's Kevin.
Okay, you're right.
Wow, you guessed it right?
Ottawa.
Look at you.
Crazy. Okay.
Calgary maybe, but geez.
What's more important, Bird had faith in me, and I got it. And Denny's, you said she...
I said she did not.
So he got that as well.
Gosh, all right.
'Cause I did not.
So
Yeah,
bummed.
I didn't
Okay,
either.
got a point, too. All right.
Point for dumb. We'll take
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Hey.
We'll take a point for dumb all day.
Racking up dumb points right and left.
Yeah, baby.
Driving Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Okay, has myself and Virginia ever gotten our wisdom teeth removed? Dennis, what do you think about with Virginia?
Yeah, I believe she has.
Have you, Virginia?
You know I have.
Same here.
Denny's knows me.
Yeah.
What about me, Bird?
Oh, yeah. He got those things out in Logan.
Oh, no. I even said today. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
a
you said it earlier.
Dang it.
I gotta start listening better.
I thought that was the one point we definitely get right.
Uh-oh.
In fact, I thought I was going to get called out and be like, all right, you're rigging it.
I do remember you saying that now.
You're rigging the game.
Look, just focus on Ottawa.
At least we got Ottawa, baby.
You always have Ottawa.
That's right. Okay. Does Virginia and I have a shower playlist? You know, I got many for all kinds of different occasions. Jbird, do I have one for showering?
You absolutely do.
I do not.
Great at this game.
Shower. Yes. I'm just a quick in and out. Denny's, what about Virginia? That's what she said.
I know she's got lots of playlists, but one specifically for showering, I'd probably say no.
Do you, Virginia?
I do.
Do you?
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, they missed one.
Cardi B?
Oh, lots of angry females. Lots. It's called Angry Female Shower.
Wow.
That sounds awful.
That sounds terrible.
I love to soap it up and curse.
Random.
Horrifying.
Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, yeah, it gets real dirty.
Denny's, has Virginia given or received the middle finger this month?
I mean, she did get into a confrontation right on stage with cheese stacking. Was a finger thrown.
Yeah. It could be received as
I mean,
well.
that's so random. Somebody doing like the this or the finger. I feel like it's so old school. I'd say no, maybe.
You're correct. It's a fat no.
You losing your edge?
Yeah, I'd just say.
I mean, I instead pelted a man with cheese sticks and vigorous.
cheese do the talking,
I let
not
the
your
cheese
fingers.
do the talking.
Yeah,
I hit him really hard.
I got a point. What about me, Bird?
I don't think either. No, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yep. Nothing. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, people are probably just flipping me off, so I walked down the hall and I didn't even notice. But
Behind your back.
okay.
But that's just the kids here on a field trip.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it's old school. I used to always see it. Now I never see it. If I see it now, it's always in a photograph. People are doing it to be funny.
That's true.
I see it a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and final one here. They got a 1-point lead on us. Okay. Can Virginia and I say hello in 5 languages? You'd have to write them down. What do you think here, Jbird?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. In 5 languages. Denny's, what do you think about with Virginia?
I do. Are we counting English as one of the languages or no?
Yeah,
It has
we
to be.
will.
All right. Yeah, I do think Virginia can do 5 then.
Okay. All right. Virginia, can you say hello in 5 different languages?
You bet your fake hair I can.
Okay. What do you got there?
Bonjour.
Mm-hmm.
Hola.
Okay.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Aloha.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom. Suck it.
Nice.
I only got the 4.
Oh.
I forgot about aloha, hola, Ohio, or Ohio.
You said Ohio?
Ohio, yeah. I believe that's Indian.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
think so,
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's over here mocking me.
Ohio. You're stupid. You're stupid, Ohio.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ohio.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Well, I feel like we just got schooled in that one.
We did.
We ate them for lunch. Y'all taste good.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Tough round. All right. We will do better on the after the show here coming up.
Probably won't.
That's a lot of promising.
I don't think we'll do better either.
But we'll have fun.
Yeah, we will. That's all that matters. All right. Yeah.
What you got, Ottawa?
I'll let everybody know as you get ready over there, Jbird. You can watch the KVJ show. We are going to be live on many platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and watch us on demand, YouTube and Spotify. What is that thought, Bird?
It is Go Ottawa.
Okay, go Ottawa, baby. All right, got it.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.